Hey Andrew, what's going on? It's Connor Kraft over here at the Journey Principles. I wanted to record a presentation for you. I know I promised you documentation for kind of our existing marketing infrastructure, what funnels we have, what assets we're promoting, all that kind of stuff. And I was going to do like a document, but I figured it would be kind of better if I can just explain it on video. So I'm going to make this for you. And then if you want me to give you any kind of detailed like document or anything like that, and obviously I can send you all the links to all these assets and everything as well, but I figured short and sweet, I can send you a nice short video and kind of give you an overview of how all this is going to fit together, and then that way we can proceed to the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is our current assets that we're promoting. So right now, we're promoting on a variety of channels, from Facebook ads to Facebook posts to Instagram posts, but that's basically it. I mean, we're doing a few other things, and I'll get to that in a minute, specifically laying out our channels. But as of right now, it's very simple stuff. Just look at it like we're posting on a few social channels, and we might be running some paid ads, and that's basically it. And then also maybe some email lists. So here are all the things that actually matter to us at this moment in time to promote. We are going to be promoting a webinar, and this webinar is basically going to be the primary mode of how we're going to sell event tickets here in April. Our goal is basically up until January 6th. We want to get as many people as possible to this webinar. And once we get as many people as possible to this webinar, the webinar is going to close the deal on the event tickets. And then after January 6th, we're probably just going to direct people to the lead magnets and everything. So I'm going to get into that in a second, but I'm just going to breeze through these here. So we have the webinar. We have several lead magnets. Each one of these is an ebook. So we have the 5 essentials for a personal breakthrough. We have understanding what drives you. And we have the 7 relationships you must have to win at life. We also have our blogs. So we have a few blogs up on the website right now. I think it's like 3 or 4. 3 of them are actually like correctly done at this point in time. So we might at some point in time start driving traffic to the blogs. I don't know if we currently have any posts promoting those. I'm sure we do. But that's basically where we're at right now with the blogs. In addition, I think we're sending a little bit of traffic to the Journey Principles website. In addition to that, the Transform You event website, and then also the Transform You waiting list, which is its own landing page, which is literally self-explanatory. It's just a waiting list for people to get ready for the event. So these are pretty much all the assets that we're actually promoting right now, at least all the ones that I actually care about us tracking. I'm sure we'll find some other small detailed things that we can add in the future. But as of right now, these are really the core things that I think we need to get a rein on what is driving results. So I want to dive into the current channels. Like I mentioned before, we have a few channels. We have organic Facebook posts. We have Facebook paid ads, which is a split up between dark posts and boosted posts. The dark posts are basically just made within the business manager, so they're not actually visible on our page. And then boosted posts are just any kind of ad that we boost on our Facebook page. So we're doing a little bit of paid, and that, I guess, boosted posts are kind of like a hybrid between organic and social. So what I might want to do is, just for tracking purposes, keep those separate, but I guess I could technically do both. And looking at your UTM parameters, we could figure that out. But anyway, so Facebook paid ads, organic Facebook posts. We also have Instagram posts and stories. We're not doing a lot with stories right now, but what we're starting to do is possibly to promote some of these assets I'm going to share with you, and the ones I just did. What we're going to do is just start shooting like daily videos of Steven just kind of warming up to the audience. And basically, he did one the other day on Instagram and on Facebook, and we're basically going to just use those to promote the variety of marketing assets that we have. And in addition, our email list. So the email list, we have a current list of like a few hundred people. It's not that big of a deal, but basically we might occasionally send out an email that promotes the webinar or these ebooks or a blog or something like that. So the email list is probably the least important thing. And obviously we have SEO and all that kind of stuff, but we're not really focused on that at all. I'm not worried about SEO right now. I'm pretty much only focused on these channels that you have here. So yes, we have Twitter, we have a number of things that of course we'll want to track, but like right now, these are the top priorities. So I want to share with you our funnel at a high level. So this is basically what our funnel looks like right now. So at the top, we have top of funnel content, which includes our blogs, social posts, videos. So we don't really have videos in a podcast yet, but what we're going to be doing soon is actually doing a YouTube channel and a podcast, and that's going to drive a lot of traffic as well. But that's, I think, a month or two away at least. So as of right now, really all we have are the blogs and social posts, and this is all just what I'm considering top of funnel or ungated content. And obviously above that, we could technically use, I could have thrown advertisements up there and all that, like paid ads, but however you want to look at it. But this is our funnel at the top. Secondly, we have gated content. So all of our top of funnel content is going to drive people down the funnel into our gated content, which is just lead magnets. And right now it's our 3 ebooks. And technically the webinar could be considered gated content as well. I put that one step below gated content simply because a lot of our gated content, like lead magnets, are actually going to be used as a step in the funnel to promote the webinar. So that's something that I wanted to just kind of throw in there. And then the webinar is going to be used to promote the Transform You event ticket sales. So this is just a very high level representation, not a lot of detail here, but these are the different stages of the funnel really right now. So going a little bit more granular, at the top, we might have advertisements and top of funnel content like I talked about. So we'll have all of our Facebook ads, our blogs, our social posts, our organic posts, our Instagram posts, our Instagram stories, videos, podcasts, all that. Everything we're promoting basically is up there at the top. Next, we're actually going to be running advertisements and top of funnel content to really 2 main places right now. Our gated content and the webinar. So that's basically just the 3 ebooks that we mentioned earlier and the webinar. Those are really the 4 things that we're primarily promoting. Like I said earlier, we might do some posts about like the wait list or just driving people to the actual website itself or some of the blogs, but this is like the primary funnel, and I want you to get an understanding of how we're actually converting people from the top to the bottom of the funnel. So whether we promote the webinar or the ebooks, and we're actually going to do both. So we're going to run ads specifically to ebooks, but also specifically to the webinar separately. So I know that in the last slide, I said that we are going to go promote the webinar underneath these ebooks. And we are going to do that, but in addition, we're going to send ads directly to the webinar as well. And then no matter what they sign up for, whether it's the webinar or the lead magnets, they're going to be entered into an email list, which is going to have email follow-up sequences contextual to whichever asset they've come in on. So if they come in on the webinar, they'll receive a different set of emails than if they came in on an ebook. And if they came in on an ebook, they might have a set of emails specifically geared towards promoting the webinar and vice versa. So that's basically how that'll work. So now getting even more granular, we basically have 3 different entry points. And these are 3 different kind of big high-level funnels that we have. So the first one's the webinar. So we're going to have ads and posts that specifically promote the webinar. So we're going to basically cut past the lead magnets, not promote the lead magnets, and just promote the webinar on these. So we'll have ads and posts that just promote the webinar. Leads will register for the webinar on the registration page, which we've already built. And then the webinar is going to sell the event tickets. So once people, basically, let's say that they were promoting the webinar. Right now, the webinar's date is January 6th. Our goal is to get as many leads as possible signed up onto the webinar for January 6th. And then ideally, let's say we get 1,000 people to sign up for the webinar, just as a general number example. And then, X number of people will actually sign up visit the webinar and actually be there live. So there'll be like maybe a 50% or 60 or 30 or 20 or whatever of that 1,000. And then the rest of them obviously will see the replay and be entered into a different follow-up sequence. But the leads register for the webinar sells event tickets, and then after the webinar, there's going to be a follow-up email sequence that promotes the event to webinar viewers who either didn't buy or people who missed the webinar altogether, didn't see the replay yet. Basically, this is just the webinar, okay? Separately, we're also going to have ads and posts that promote the lead magnets, the ebooks. These are going to work like this. So we're going to have ads and posts that promote the ebooks. The visitor is going to opt in for the ebook, which is going to capture us the lead. Then we're going to have email follow-up sequences to promote the webinar. The webinar is going to sell event tickets, just like what I just showed you. And then the follow-up email sequence promotes the event. So this is basically the exact same as what I just showed you. The only difference is that we have an extra step. We're promoting the ebook first. And then once they sign up for the ebook, it'll redirect them to a page that says, by the way, here's a free webinar. And then we try to get them to sign up for that as well. And if they don't sign up right away, we're sending email follow-up sequences that will do that. So everything basically is driving towards the webinar up until the 6th. And even really after the 6th, the webinar is going to be our primary method of closing ticket sales. And then finally, last slide, we also have a blog entry point. So we might have some ads and posts that directly promote blog posts. And once someone, let's say, is on Facebook scrolling through and they see us promoting a blog post and they click on it, they go to the blog post. On the sidebar of the blog post, there will be like little images and graphics that basically will promote the webinar and ebooks. So basically, just by virtue of them getting on the blog, some people will convert. And then anyone who didn't convert, we're going to retarget those post viewers with ads for the webinar and ebooks as well. And then no matter which of those two options they go through, the lead's going to end up getting captured and entered into the webinar or ebook funnel, which we just kind of discussed. So rewinding here, that's basically it. That's basically all the marketing infrastructure we have. I know I kind of rambled and went all over the place because there's a lot of detail and I'm kind of distracted and very ADD at the moment, but hopefully this made sense. If it didn't, no worries. I can send this to you and you could probably figure it out. Let me know if you need any more detail on specific things like this. Like obviously I intend to send you the links to all these assets. So where is the landing pages? Where is the landing page for the webinar? Each of the lead magnets, each of the blog links, all that kind of stuff. Ideally, I can maybe just send you all those links and then we can figure out where to go from there. And then our existing channels are basically just this. If you need me to track down specific posts for you, I could probably do that. I just need you to let me know exactly how you want me to go about that. But I think with the UTM stuff, I'll probably be able to just go in and look at all the places that we posted stuff and tear it down or change the link to a UTM tracking parameter and all that. And I did have some questions on UTM parameters, but I forgot them off the top of my head, so I'll make a list and I will email those to you. That's it. Thanks.